Hello everyone. Today we start session on how we can create a horizontal scrolling list using collection view. So let's see what is horizontal scrolling view list. So in some applications you might have seen uh, online shopping application, food ordering application, you might have seen some offers on the top of the application screen, and which offers you can scroll horizontally like this, if you can see here. And these offers, you can select these offers. So how this offer list or horizontal scrolling list is prepared? So to prepare an offer list or horizontal scrolling list, we use the concept of collection view. Let's see what is collection view. So collection view is basically a collection of items. You can see here, this is a collection view. This is collection of items, one item, another item, and each item can be any view, any user interface. But to make it simple, here items are nothing but images, photos of something. So a collection view is collection of photos or some views. So if you are aware with a table view is also a collection of cells. So here we in collection view, we call collection view is collection of items. So each item can be a complex user interface or a simple user interface like image. Okay, so these are images which are in the collection view. Now these images can be grouped into sections. So let's say these 4 images are in section 1 and the remaining images are in another section. Okay, so this way we can also divide the images in some sections. So collection view is a collection of items, and items are grouped in sections. Here we can scroll these images vertically, but if we make this scrolling horizontally and we put all the images in horizontal way, this will look like this scrolling. So in place of making it vertical, we make it horizontal scrollable. So let's see how a collection of images can be created which scrolls horizontally. Okay, so for this purpose we need some images. We have some images here. So let's say we have some images. We will use all these images in our application, and we display on a collection view. Now each item of collection view is a cell. So this is one cell, this is one cell, this is one cell. So cell is an user interface in itself. It can be very complex. A cell can contain text views, labels, buttons, images, anything. But since we want to display images only, so we have one image in the cell. So we have to first design the UI of the cell using a different class. So we can say UI collection view is a collection of items where each item is a cell. A cell is a container of view. A cell can contain any user interface. A cell UI can include button, label, text field, image, etc., etc. Now we have to decide how many section we need to divide items. Number 2, how many items we need in each section of our collection. Also, where are the data about items stored? For example, in an array. And fourth, how an item look like. UI of SL. So we have to decide how many total sections we need. For example, we can assume that there are 2 sections. This is one section and this is another section. But in case of horizontal scrolling, we need only one section, and all item will be contained in one section of the collection. So here we need only one section. How many items need in each section? For example, 10 items. So let's create a collection view in which we create only one section. In that section we display 10 items and we store the name of images in array, and we display images on a cell, and cell contain an image view. So first of all we will design a main screen of the application. Okay, so let us start. Let's create an application. Horizontal scrolling list with collection view. So first of all, we add one collection view. So let's say this is our controller. In this controller screen, we will add first collection view. Now you can see here it is a collection view. This collection view display data in the form of items or cells. So this is our collection view. It can be of any size, but since we want only horizontal scrolling, so we can make it smaller. Let's say its height is 175. Okay, around 175. And width, so we may put some constraint around it. Top space 20, left space 5, right space 5, and height 175. Okay. Now below it, let's put one label. and this is the item detail label which we use to display the selected item details. Let's add some constraint to it. Okay. Now we create the outlet of these two items in our view controller. So this is our collection view. So let's say offers collection view, and label is offer detail label. So as you can see here in the ready-made application, we have one image for each offer, and when we click on the offer detail changes. So we are handling the offer selection also. So we need one image and the offer detail. Okay. So we create a structure which holds the two information about. One is image name and one is offer detail. So in our project, we create a class asset file let's say offer, and in this we create a structure and we need two things. One is image, which is the name of image, and details, which is also a string. So store image name and details of the offer we want to display. Now I store some images in the image asset. So I click on here, go to image assets, and I click on plus and create image set. In the first image set I add image of offer, for the time being I use same image for 1x, 2x, 3x. In the same way I add remaining images. you should make sure that images should be of same size, that is 100 by 200 or 200 by 300. So all should be of same size, all should be of equal size images, so it will display a good effect, and it will be symmetric. Now let us rename the images. Offer 1, offer 2, offer 3, offer 4, likewise. So we have these images. Now to display data, we need to display this data as an item. So how many items we need? So we need now, for example, we need 10 items. So how we can display the items is we have to create cells for each item, and the cell contains an image for that. So if you can see here, each item in the collection is a cell, and cell contains an image view. So we have to first design the cell which contains an image view. So next is we create a class, Cocoa Touch class. This Cocoa Touch class name is, let's say, offer cell, and there should be subclass of UI collection view cell. So its name is automatically updated to offered cell collection view, but we keep it simple, so we just make it offer cell. Also we check on the also create XIB. So what will it will generate two files. One is XIB, that is design file, and another is class of the cell. Now you can see that two files are generated. One is XIB, which is a storyboard file, UI file, which represent the UI of a cell or an item. So its size you can decide, let's say its size is width is 150 and height is 175. Okay. We can put any user interface on this file, but we want to display only image, so we can use image view. You can put image view inside it, and you have to put it inside it. Now we want this image view to cover, and let's add some default image on it. Now we want this image view to cover the complete cell, UI of the cell. So we add constraint 1 1 1 1. It can be 0 0 0 also. So this is how our image view is now fit into the cell. Okay, so make sure that the image view is inside the cell design. Also, we need to assign one identifier to this design, this offer cell design. So you have to select it, the cell from here, then you will get identifier property. Now you can add identifier to it. Let's say identifier name is offer, the same offer cell. Although it is not compulsory to give the same name of the XIB or the class, the identifier can be different, but to remember it, to memorize it, we can easily use it. So we always give the same name to the identifier as of the XIB name, although it is not compulsory at all. Now so this design part is done. Now assume that this is a smaller controller, a small user interface, it has its own class. So what we do is we again select it and go to assistant editor, and we go to this class offer cell, and here in the offer cell class we create references of whatever UI we have here. So we have one image view only, so we drag and drop and add a reference, a variable, or create an outlet variable for this image view. Let's say its name is image view. Okay, so dynamically we will put the corresponding image on this image view. So we designed a template for this cell. We'll use this template. Now this is done here. So you just need to remember the name of class, name of the XIB, and also you need to remember the identifier for this. Okay, now let's go to storyboard again. This is our main user interface. We have the same cell here. One cell is provided here. Okay, what you do is you select this cell from here, or you can also select this collection view and go to its properties, and here in the size properties, in the size inspector properties, you have to change the size of the cell. So the size of the cell is, width wise we have kept the width 150 and height 175. Okay, so that the height and width of the default cell provided here is equal to the height and width of the XIB cell. Okay, again go to storyboard then. Now we store the information about our images and details. So let's go to view controller now. In the view controller, first of all, we create an array to store information about offers. So we have offer structure and we fill the data here in the view did load. So let offer 1 equal to offer, and we initialize it with image offer 1 details. So let's check what are the offer values. Accordingly we create %10 off on Independence Day, %10 of on independence. Okay. So this is one object we have created for the offer class, or sorry, offer structure. So we have one offer structure here. We have created one object of this offer structure. In the same way, we can create another offer 2. Let's see what is offer 2. $149 unlimited. $149 unlimited food. Offer 3. The same way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let us add these to array. We have offers array. We add this offer to offer 3, offer 4, offer 5, offer 6, offer 7, 8 and 9. So our data is ready now. So to display this data about the offer and offer details, we need to create 9 objects of this cell class. So how to decide that we need 9 objects of this cell class, and we want to put all these 9 objects in the scrollable in the collection view. So what we do is, first of all, we load the UI of our offer cell XIV. To load the UI of offer cell XIV, we use the nib class. Nib class is used to hold the UI of an XIV. UI nib. So nib name. So what is the name of our XIV? Offer cell. Bundle is main bundle, so we write here nil. It will by default use the main bundle. Now don't use the .xiv here. .xiv is not required. Now we add this to our collection view. We add this XIV UI object to collection view. This is our collection view. So we go add to offer collection view. Dot register function is there. Register nib for reuse identifier. So nib is our NIB file, NIB object. Identifier, so identifier is again offer cell. Let me show you what is identifier. So while designing the cell XIB, we have assigned it an identifier. Okay, so you should remember this. This should be used in the view controller. So we have used it here. This is done. Now we decide how many sections we want. So in our example, we want only one section. So to decide number of sections, we add one protocol. UI collection view data source. This protocol has some methods. If we implement those methods, we are able to decide all the remaining things about the collection view. So this protocol actually helps us to decide number of items in section. Number of sections first. How many sections we want? For the time being, we want only one section. And how many items in each section? So we want only one section, and in one section we want 9 items for 9 of us. And how to where is the cell object? So to decide the cell object, we will implement this method also, cell for item. So let's see how we implement this protocol and all these methods. Okay, so let us add this protocol here and override the methods. So to decide sections, we override method number of sections. So you will get a method starting with number of sections. You just override this and return how many sections you want. For the time being, we want only one section, so return 1. If you want 2 sections, return 2. Then we decide number of items in a section. To decide number of items in a section, we again override number of items in section. We will get one method, number of items in section. We override this, and here we return the size of array. So we have offers array and we return its size. So in a one section, there will be offers array dot count item will be there, that is 9 in our case. Now, so it will create 9 items. What should be the UI of each item? So decide UI of an item. So to override, to decide UI of an item, we override the method cell for item at index path. So cell for item at index path. When you override this method, so you have to override this function, and here this function should return an object of UI collection view cell. You already know that you have already created an XIB and its class. This class is already subclass of UI collection view cell. So you have to create object of this class and return it from that function. So we create object of this class, but there is no need to create a new object. The XIB and its class is already registered with collection view using these 2 lines. So you can create the object of that offer cell using different mechanism. So there is a function So we have our collection view is offer collection view dot dequeue function is there, which helps you to create a new object of that XIV, new object of that class along with the design part. Dequeue reusable cell with identifier. So identifier, as you know that identifier is same as the class name, and index path is already there. So what is index path? Index path gives you the information about which section and which cell. So for example, let's say this is one section, so this is section 0 and this is cell 0, this is cell 1, cell 2, cell 3. Again this is section 1, again cell 0, cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, like this. So we have only one section here, so section 1 and cell 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. So now let me clear you again. This method executes only once, and this method executes for every section. So if there are two sections, it will execute 2 times. If there are 3 sections, it will execute 3 times to decide how many rows in how many items in the section. And this method executes for each row of the each item of each section to decide its content. So here we have instantiated the cell object. Now the cell object has one image view. So to access that property, since dequeue method is a generic method, it returns object of the superclass of each cell, that is UI collection view cell, but our cell class is different, so we have to typecast in our own cell class. So now cell class object has the cell structure object has the reference image view. So you can go and check this cell has the reference variable reference of image view, yes, and this is the image view that we have put on the cell. Okay, so now image view dot image. So where is the image? So we have to create an object of image using the named initializer. Now where is the name of the image stored? The name of the image is stored in array. So array stores the object of offer, and each offer object has the image name with the image. So what we do is we access the offers array, and current index in the offer array is index path dot row. The index path dot row represent item in the collection. So for example, this item in the collection has 0 position, this has 1 position, this has 2 position, this has 3 position, 4 position, 5 position. So these positions are stored in the index path dot row. Since this method execute for each item, so first time row will be 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, like this. Now finally we return the cell object. Now cell object contains an image, so the cell for each item will be generated from here. All the code is complete now. We have decided that there will be one section, and in the one section there will be 9 number of items, and each item has is represented using a cell, and each cell contains an image view with its corresponding image. Now, so one thing is missing, dot image. The name of image we have to pass here as an image name. Now, so everything is decided, but one thing is remaining. We have implemented these methods. The collection view is not aware with the implementation. So we have to tell collection view that all the required method is implemented in the current class. So to tell collection view that the methods are implemented in the collection class, we have to add one property, data source self. So this whenever collection view is drawn on the screen, it will ask this class or this object to generate the UI for the collection view. Okay. Now let us check whether it is run properly, and let us see whether you see the output. Okay, now we see the data, but it is not scrolling. If I scroll it vertically, you can definitely see the data. Why this is happening? Because by default scrolling is vertical. So you have to make the scrolling horizontal first. So how to make the scrolling horizontal is, you go to the storyboard, select your controller, collection view, then show vertical, you have to make show vertical off, and then scroll direction to horizontal. So this is the property of collection view. One is scroll direction horizontal and show vertical indicator off. Now let me run again. Okay, so now I can see here it is scrolling. Now let us handle the selection of item. So if I want to click on this 20%, it should display the details of 20% in the label. If I click on 25% off, it should display like this. So let us see that how it works. So to handle the selection of an item, we override one more method. The new method that we want to implement here is did select, but the did select method is not in the current protocol that we have implemented. So to handle the did select event, we have to implement another protocol, UI collection view delegate. This gives you the methods to manage the selection of items. Let us implement one method from this protocol before the end of this class. Did select item at index path. So we implement this did select item at index path, and here whenever an item is selected, its index path, that is its section number and item number is given to you. So we get the index path, so we get the offer object. Let offer is equal to offers array index path dot row. This is the current selected offer, and we have label offer detail label dot text equal to offer dot detail. So we have already added details here. Now we have implemented new protocol and new method, so we have to tell collection view that the selection implementation is a different protocol. So offer collection view dot delegate is used to assign the protocol for selection method self. Now I can scroll it here again, but if I click on some item, then you can see that the scrolling is working. Also the selection is also working. Fine. So this is how we can implement a horizontal scrolling and event handling on that. Thank you.